Welcome back. We're on a ride today. We're going to go check out a place called Hagens Cove in Perry, Florida. Pretty sweet little park, nice picnic grills. You got two locations down there. The first one you'll come to off to the right is an airboat ramp. We'll look at that. A few picnic tables there. Then we'll come on around to the area where you see more people. There are some grills, there's a restroom, no running water. Plenty of sandy beach for the kids to play. You can see the sandy beaches. Shallow, you got to time the tide right. There are some nature trails here and usually you got picnic tables, barbecue grills, and you can overlook the ocean while you eat dinner.
Mud hole, not ocean.
This over here is the first section. This is called the airboat ramp. And so the road just loops back around. Now we're going to go over to the right, to the other side. A lot more activity usually over there. There's a boat ramp there. Let's get over on that. Plenty of spots down here to grill. You can see the tide's out. We're gonna get out and take a stroll around. You see the big podium in the center.
This is a horseshoe crab nesting.
Over there is where the boat ramp, airboat ramp was, where we were earlier on that point. See, it's a flat plateau that goes out right there. Florida palm trees. That tide is way out. Looking for a good time? Now, out over here is a state campground. You can reach it by kayak or canoe. You have to register, I think. We've been out to that on the kayaks. It's got a fire ring and a clearing spot in the middle of that island where you can camp. Strange that they'll live. You can see the roots are washed out. Love the look of that washboard. A little better view. Way over yonder is where that boat ramp was that we was at earlier. The airboat ramp where the little green truck was. You come in down this road and this is your boat ramp. Some picnic pavilions, some more picnic pavilions, a little restroom. And then over here you have your bird tower. And then your little two sponge point, I think. So I can't remember what that's called. And this is the ocean. As you can see, the tide is way out. And that's the spot I showed you a while ago where I told you had to stay the spot you can camp with a camp ring. Pretty cool setting for a cookout if you catch it at the right time. You can sit right here at this pavilion. You see it's got trash cans, it's got a grill. Got a grill over on that side. You got restrooms right up the hill. And you can look right out over the coastline. So it's a nice little place. I think these fellas here timed the tide wrong. So they're gonna be there a while. Let's come over here and we'll walk by this bird tower. Now this is the bird tower. Got a handicap ramp. You can walk over 2 levels. Now when I was growing up, the bird tower was down on this end. We're gonna walk down here. There's also a channel. If you come down here and you get off of the main area, I do caution you to watch for rattlesnakes. I have killed rattlesnakes down here right on the edge of the waterline in the grass. So definitely be paying attention to where you're walking. Walk down this little trail off to the side. Let's see. I'll show you something here while we're at a distance. About where that dead tree is right there is where the old tower used to stand. And there are several hiking trails down here. Might want to bring some water boots if you come. If you plan on getting off the beaten path a little bit. There's a walking trail. Coastline's on that side. And there's where we just come from. All right. This is the tree I pointed out to you from way back up the trail. This is where the original bird tower stood. When the high tide comes in, from the Gulf, it comes up this canal, which is ever changing. You see the crab trap out there? We have filled buckets certain times of year down here with nothing more than a net. That flat plane comes in and it runs all the way back in there. All of this will be covered with about 1.5 feet, 2 foot of water over here. There's spots in that channel. It'll be 7 to 8 foot. And that's another caution if you're down here. If you're gonna put a boat in, really pay attention and talk to some locals about the tides, or you'll find yourself like these guys. They're parked up there. That tide ain't coming in for about 3-4 hours, and they ain't got no choice but to sit. So if you come down here and you bring a boat, you need to definitely check on that if you can't drag that boat, especially during the winter. I'm gonna walk this trail on around it and see how far it goes up in here. You can see here, you're walking on the edge of the marsh. Some of you might be familiar with this. It's called a horseshoe crab. He's dead, but that's what he looks like. Now, this area right here, I have come out on this plateau and set a chair up with an umbrella and done a lot of bird watching in the past. Seen everything from herons to egrets to hawks, you name it. It's a pretty stump. It is an excellent place to bird watch. Excellent. Definitely bring some water boots. So due to the mud and the freezing weather, and we didn't bring no extra clothes, we're gonna come back and hit a different trail. Maybe we'll hit this at another date. Talk about birds. Look how he's sore. Now if you look out, you see the pieces of leftover water stump. Them's not wood, them stumps. At one time there was trees down here. Over the years, storms, different things, and the stumps are what's left. I'm gonna back up and hit this one. We're not feeling it today, totally.
Oh, there's a big bird.
As we're going down this trail, just familiarize yourself. Over here is where I told you the tire used to be, and we tried to attempt that trail. Over here is where the tower is now. We're parked there. We came in there. The first place we showed you where the airboat ramp was is over there. We're going through here. See the old marsh grass washed up where the high tides come in, maybe a storm. And this ain't a very good trail. Due to the fact that apparently these trails haven't been took care of, we're not going to go any further. Not just the high grass, there's all kind of debris in it. We're just not on that level today. Didn't bring the right clothing for that. Usually these trails are not like this. They're usually a lot better maintained. And one thing you'll notice prominent in this area, a lot of blackjacks. A lot of blackjack. Some of you that know that is good smoking wood. Good smoking it, especially with mullet. About anything really. This bird tower is handicap accessible. They've even got a parking spot right by it. You've seen one of these bird towers, you've seen most of them. Maybe different heights, little difference in them, but they're pretty much built the same. You have your lower elevation. Walk up here and look at this upper elevation. Get this old beautiful panoramic shot right here. Today, we tried to walk these. Normally these are kept a lot better. These were not kept well at all. Not just the high grass. There was a lot of stuff washed over in them, I guess, from some of the recent high tides. We've had some extremely high tides in this area lately with the storms and things rolling in. That's all I can assume. So this is the first few of many. You may check out some of the other videos I done that I was putting on to the Lousy Florida Gardener channel that no longer be put there. We'll be putting them here. So there are some over there. Pretty neat. There's going to be a lot more over here on the traveling. We're going to limit that to just gardening. Y'all tune in next time. We're going to ride on, hunt another place to get into.